Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Bountiful World. This is episode number 4 of our wonderful series here, and I'm standing outside the storage room that we built in the last episode as the sun goes down. And I've also discovered something cool. Turns out the auto GUI scale and the large one is different, and I think I prefer the large one. Yeah, it doesn't cover the entire screen. It seems to be a bit nicer, but I'm just wondering for viewers' sake, if people are watching, say, on a phone or on a screen that's far away, that it might make it more difficult to see. But I quite like this. I like being able to see the screen a lot more. So we'll go with this one, and we'll see how it turns out. So last time we built this awesome storage room and did some awesome paths, which is pretty cool. So our little town here is coming together. I'm going to go and sleep real quick, wait until I can sleep, and then I will get into what we're going to be doing today. Alright, so you may or may not know if you've seen a couple of my episodes, because I vaguely mentioned it. In this world, I have a personal rule. My god, these guys make a racket. Holy moly. I turned the animal sounds up just a little bit because I want to hear it, but when you cram like 70 cows into one little hole, they make a massive racket. Wow, okay. So you may be aware of my little personal decision for this world to not use chunk base or any sort of seed finder. Now, I do absolutely believe that it is fair game to use a chunk base or like some sort of seed viewer, because as you can see, the seed is readily available if you type /seed. So you can paste that into whatever you want, and it's within the bounds of the game. When you create a world, you have the option to turn off cheats. So looking up the seed is definitely not cheating. So it's within the bounds of the game, so it's absolutely fair game. However, I want to switch things up and make it sort of more pure. So I want to keep it sort of pure. It's the best way I can describe it. Yeah, we'll go with that. Because I always use chunk base when I play the game, and I always use a seed finder, and I don't want to use that. So the reason I know the seed is because I picked the seed. It's the same seed as my beta world, but I'm not using it for anything. So everything we find in this world, we're gonna have to find manually, and I think that adds another element that I don't usually do. But yes, so the way we're going to explore this world, however, is to explore it. I want to do something that I have never actually done in survival Minecraft, and that is create a map wall. So if I come into the house here, as you can see, I already have one going, which is pretty cool. So I want to make a massive wall of these maps and then build like an observatory around it, where we can like view the world from. We can go in there and look at the map and update the map as we build more things. So I think that'd be really quite cool, and in the same breath, we'll be able to explore our world a little bit. So yeah, that is going to be pretty awesome. Now, for the map wall, actually the first thing I'm going to do is set up a quick sugarcane farm, because I'm going to need a lot of sugarcane. So we're going to be doing this. I've already sort of planned out in my head how we're going to build it. The size of the map wall is going to be 9 maps by 9 maps. So that's 81 maps we need. So if you do some math, that is 1,296 paper, which is a hell of a lot of paper. So hence why I'm going to get this done now. It's also 81 item frames, but that shouldn't be too bad. I don't know where I'm going. I need to get wood to make slabs. Okay, I'm finding that this is messing with me, so we're doing it like this. I'm sorry, my eyesight is terrible, and hopefully it makes it a bit better for you, but maybe I could get used to it, but I like this. I like having the big inventory. Okay, I think here's a good spot. Let's mow the lawn real quick. Very nice. Okay, so I'm going to... How many blocks do we have? And do I want to dig? 1, 2, 3, 4. 24 blocks. That should do. This is going to be a temporary farm. We'll eventually be building a bigger one later. One that's fully automatic, but with a farm like this, when you need a lot quickly, then this is definitely the way to go. So let's get it growing, because when you first plant the sugarcane, it takes ages to grow. Once you've harvested it and filled up your farm and harvested it once, it'll start to grow a lot quicker. Alright, so the beginning of our sugarcane farm is here. I just have to wait for the sugarcane to grow, and then we can reap and re-sow. For this build, I want to have a wall that is illuminated from behind. So there's 3 options for that. The first one is jack-o'-lanterns, which is going to be a pain, and I don't actually have pumpkins. The second option is glowstone, which means we have to go to the Nether. And the third one is sea lanterns, which we don't really have access to at the moment because I have not found an ocean monument. And it would take a lot of sea lanterns. So I think the answer is going to be glowstone, which is okay because I have to go to the Nether eventually. So I think that's what we're going to do. So to get to the Nether, we need obsidian. So we're going to go mine some obsidian. Now I'm hoping that, because it's old Nether, it should be pretty straightforward and easy. Because I don't want to die, because I'm yet to die in this world, touch wood. But yeah, all we need is, what, a little less than a stack and a half of glowstone. I need to fix this up. Stack and a half of glowstone, and then that'll be enough to create the whole map wall. Woohoo, one of our sugarcane has grown. Just one, but it is something. Slowly expanding. So we'll just keep checking on that every 10 minutes or so. I think I'll build a portal up here, out of the way, so it's not making noise when I'm in the area. But it's still close enough. Like I can always get rid of it later, if I need to. I think here, in line with the storage room, is going to be perfect. Oop. Give me some dirt. Don't need you. Yes, I do the corners. Don't judge me. I think it looks good. I mine the obsidian for that reason. Alright. I think we've got everything, so let's go in. Come on, give me a good spawn. Got the achievement. This isn't too shabby at all. I do say so myself. Ooh. That's another fortress. Nice. Right there. That's that another fortress? Hell yes. Okay, well I think we've just got basically a perfect spawn, which is awesome. So yeah. So I actually have a silk touch axe here, which I'm pretty sure gives the block. Yes, perfect. So I'm now going to go through the Nether and try and mine up enough glowstone, because I'm not going to go to the Nether fortress because I'm going to save that for its own episode. I've got some plans. 22, so I think 4 more of them will be in, or no, 3 more of them will be enough. The nice light glitches there. This game really wants me to go to another fortress. Is that the same one? I don't actually know if that's the same one. That'd be really good if it is, because then the bounding box will be really good when I make a wither skeleton farm, which is something I want to do at some point. We've also got some quartz. Now, quartz is a really good way to get XP if you don't have any sort of XP farm, even in the modern version, quartz gives a whole lot. So if you're ever like, short on XP and just need some quick ones, real quick, then yeah, quartz is a great way to get it. Only problem is it's just not renewable. But I will also need quartz for a few builds, so I'm just going to mine a little bit of it just to get up, and that should be enough. Okay, I won't go for that one. That's too close to the edge. Yeah, that has to be the same fortress. So this fortress is massive, so all of this spot here, if I place nether bricks down, may be able to spawn wither skeletons. Maybe, but wow, that's a big fortress, and that's a massive area too, so yeah, that's prime wither skeleton. Oh, there's a chest. No, that's going to be saving that for the next video. Definitely saving that for the next video. I have plans right now. That was not a disturbing cry at all. Ooh. I see some. It's not lit up, but I still saw it. And then we'll use the axe to mine. Okay, there we go. It turned on. Okay, this spot over here may have just solved my problems. Oh yeah, I think we're good. I think I've just got all the glowstone I need. I'll collect a few more though. It might be nice to make some lamps throughout my little town. Oh, hello. Hello. Where are you? Hello. No. Get away. I can't sprint. I'm faster than you, buddy. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to push my luck. I will go back. Now it's just a test to see if I can get back. That's... You know, I can just see it. I'll fall down that hole one day. Won't be today. But I'll just fall down that hole one day. This looks familiar. Alright, we are good. Awesome. Alright, so we succeeded. And it's nighttime, of course it is. Okay, so in the last video, I got a comment saying that you can actually increase the amount of, like, you can get better enchantments just by having more bookshelves around. So I'm going to try that. Like, you can get more by doing things like this. Like, I think we can... The comment said you can have 22. So we're going to try that. So I'm going to move all my gear out of the way. Just for the minute. 3, 2, 1, 0. Maybe. We'll see if I get a good enchantment out of this. Yeah. Okay, that's possibly the worst enchantment I could have gotten, besides like knockback 2, so... No, I might have just been unlucky. I mean, I could combine it with that. 21 levels? Okay, that's just 7. Yeah, I don't know. Like if it's the same, or... I'm going to put these in the corner because I know that being in the corner helps. It's like the same amount. I'm honestly not too sure if that's actually true. I might have to do some testing. But it'd be cool if it is true, because then I can get better enchantments. Okay guys, so this is the job site for where the build is going to be. And the map wall is going to go up against this mountain here. So what I'm going to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's 6 across. 1, so that's, yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we're going to build up a little bit. So I'll need a few temporary blocks. So we'll go up 2, I think. Is that too high? No, I think that's good. Oh yeah, this is perfect. So there's going to be a little perch here, and there's going to be a walkway that takes you up to the top there. And there's going to be a little building around here, and it's going to be pretty cool. This is going to be like this, the reason you would go into the observatory. But there's going to be a little walk around thing. I want to be able to walk up the back there behind it and walk around here and maybe have some paintings in here. It's going to be a very cool build. So let's get these item frames in, mainly so I don't have to carry them anymore. A ladder for this might be helpful. Perfect. Alright, that is looking good. It'll look a whole lot better once there's maps in it and we can view our world. But I will show you how I plan on doing the maps and yeah, how to do it in case you want to do it as well. But first I'm going to have to wait for this sugarcane to grow. So we might be here a little bit. Might as well take this one, add it to the farm. Every little bit will help. We have life. The sugarcane is starting to grow, despite the fact that we're in the Nether for a little bit there. But yeah, this is going to take a fair while, so I'm going to wait for this to grow, harvest it, replant it, and just sort of keep doing that for a little while. So I will be back very soon. Alright guys, so we are on day funny number, and I have expanded the sugarcane farm a lot. So, scary cave noise. So yeah, we've got quite a large sugarcane farm so far, which is nice. I don't quite have all the sugarcane I need, but I do have enough to get us going. So I'm going to, I can't sleep, okay. I'm going to go sleep out in the, outside, I guess. Because that's not dangerous. That's far less dangerous than sleeping inside with something in the walls. But anyway, I am going to begin the map wall. So I'm going to start by doing the middle map and then do the north, south, east, and west lines. So it splits it up into sort of 4 quadrants. And then I'll do the quadrants. So for this, I'm going to need 17 compasses. So that should be that. There we go. And yeah, I don't think I mentioned this, but this is hang on, that's not right. That was twice as much as I needed. Sweet. I don't think I really said how much iron this is going to take, but it's going to take a lot. There's 81 iron. No, there's 81 maps we need to make. Each map requires 4 iron. So that's 364 iron, which is, you know, around 6 stacks, which is going to be most of this here. So might look into making an iron farm soon, or just doing a big cave dive. One of the two. There's a zombie in my walls. Enough to turn these compasses into empty maps. So, boop. There we go. Okay, so when I was planning this build, I was wondering where I want the center of the map to be. And, well, there was really 2 choices. There was our little town here, or there was the actual center of the world. And I figure, you know, if I make the center of it here, that sort of locks me here, and I want to be able to build, like, sort of all over the place. I want to have multiple bases around the place. So I think that means we're going to go to the center of the world. So what I'm going to do, to make this a little bit easier, because the center of the world's a little ways away, let's put the coordinates. North, okay. So this way. See, I'm going to dig a little tunnel, and we're going to make a nether portal at 0, 0 here, just so I don't have to walk quite as far. I'll eventually make this proper, but we have bigger fish to fry. This is just going to be how I get to 0, 0, because it's going to be the center of the map. Oh, we're in a tree. Okay. That's cool, I guess. I'm going to make a little staircase to get there. So up here, apparently, is 0, 0. Also, we're at the Dark Forest. How far away are we from spawn? Jesus. We're ages away from spawn. Yeah, spawn is like over there or there? Like, wow, it must be like 200 blocks south, 200 blocks west or something. Interesting. Okay. Maybe that's just how it is in the old versions. Okay, I'm gonna go back to spawn, or go back to the base and unload some of this crap, and then we're gonna get to mapping. Okay guys, so here is the plan. So if I go to 0, 0, doesn't really matter, and I take a map, I get this sort of spot here, right? Okay, now if I take a crafting table, put it down, and put the map in the middle, and do this, see how it says scaling at 1, 1? I pull it out, scaling at 1, 2. And that's strange. What? Okay, I'm not centered anymore. Why am I not centered? That is stupid. Okay, so I guess somewhat centered, I guess, is what we're going with. But this is the map that is the center of the world. And I want to scale it out 1 because it makes it 4 times, like you're covering 4 times the area, because it's scaled 1 to 2, and because it's a square, it's 2 squared. So mathematics, if you don't believe me, it'll be twice the area, or twice, yeah. The area physically will be 4 times the size that we cover, but scaled up on each axis, it's twice the size. So instead of being 128 by 128 blocks wide, this map is 256 by 256. I can't sleep yet. Which I did a little experimenting in just a random creative world to see if this was worth it, and yes, I do think it is. Oh, pumpkins. Hello. Was looking for them. So make some pumpkin farms, that's good. Can I sleep yet? Okay, good. Yeah, so if I sort of sweep around the map, is what it is in my mind, like a brush. Eventually we can fill up the map. So yeah, I did decide that we will just expand it out once, because having it fully zoomed in was, we were zoomed in too far, I think. Like there wasn't enough of a world to show. And if we zoomed it out any more than this, then all the sort of smallish buildings, you couldn't distinguish what things were. So yeah, you could hardly tell where anything is. Like that was just too big and too zoomed out. So I think that zooming it out once is perfect. Uses twice the paper, but that's okay. It also means I have to fill it in, but you know what? It'll be worth it in the end, because one map pretty much fills in automatically. You might have to run like 20 blocks. So this will take like 10 times as long, but you know, at least I don't have to go out one. Like I have to go out another one and have it take 100 times as long. Holy crap. Okay, that was really dangerous. Nearly just died right there. But what I'm doing now is, on the map, I've got my little icon in the top right, the white thing. Once it goes out of the bounds of the map, it turns to a square. Meaning, if I open this map, for example, let's clear this out of the way. I'll go a little bit further just in case. Open this map, I appear here. And then if I place a crafting table down, do this, surround it with paper, we get a bigger map. And this is the map that is above this one. So it's like a jigsaw puzzle. We're sort of creating the jigsaw puzzles. So yeah, that's sort of the game that we're going to be playing a little bit. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of running around. So I'm going to get at it. I need to remember which one the middle map is. Okay, this one has that little black line in the sort of upper middle left where the netherrack staircase is. That's how I remember it. But when I get back to the house, I might rename this map, so I remember it's the middle map. Yeah, I'm going to do the 4 maps above the center, and I'll be back once I'm done. And I will let you know if I find anything cool on the way. Ooh! A swamp biome. Nice, that's gonna help us a lot when I need some slime balls. Awesome, glad I found that one. I'm really hoping we find like some useful biomes. Like I hope we find a jungle as well. That'd be really nice. But I'm on the final map, so we're not going to be finding any more biomes north. Oh, another swamp. There's not going to be any more new biomes going north, so maybe south? Or maybe west, or east, or one of the other directions. Wow! That is a lovely view. Alright, but there's all 4 of our maps. So now I'm going to make my way back to the Nether portal, and we're going to start walking in a different direction. So this top one here is the north maps, and I think maybe I'll do the east maps next. Now, okay, so we're back at the middle map where the portal is. So we're going to go east, I think, because home's that way. So we'll do the longest ones first. Well, the ones that are furthest away. I guess it doesn't really matter because I've got a portal here, but it's alright. We'll do this way, and then we'll do south and then west. Never eat soggy Weet-Bix. Holy moly, I was not looking where I was going, I nearly died. Really should have feather falling. This is a cool area. This is the final map of the east way. And we found a flower forest, and this is a lovely little area. Floating island. Floating island. So this goes almost 1200 blocks away from spawn, which is nice. And that'll go that way in each direction. So it's like 2300 or something. Or 2400 rather. 2400 blocks by 2400 blocks is what the map's going to cover, which is pretty sick. And that's the last bit. So let's go back to the portal and do the south way. Like the south line. This is a massive gravel mountain here. Oh, looks Extreme Hills M. Is that the modified variant? I didn't know that existed in this version. But this is a lot of gravel. If I never need gravel, I think I know where I'm going to go. Like, my goodness, this is heaps. Cool. Good to know. Alright, we're back on the middle map. Time to go south. And I will let you know if I find something cool. This appears to be the easiest terrain I've had to traverse so far. And, oh, found more pumpkins, nice. Just complete plains. Nice. Oh, on the map, you can see there's a village up ahead. I believe this is the one I found early on. This is the first one I found. Well, there's a surefire way to tell. We'll just see if the farmer's missing his crops. Yes, he is. So, shouldn't be too far away from our base now. Maybe I can see the big, massive mountain thing. Yeah, cool, right there. Yeah, so the base is like 400 blocks that way or something, which is pretty cool. Ooh, did I just see a sandstone building over the hill? I think I did. Awesome. Alright, so we have a village. Looks like it's closer than the other one. That's pretty cool. let's go have a raid of this village. And we also found a massive desert here, which is awesome. Why is this village 1 block above the ground? What? That's strange. Look, every house is like all 2 blocks high. Hello, do you see anything good? No, you do not. Do you have anything good? Oh! Alright. I'm gonna quickly leave and come back later if I want silk touch. That's pretty sick. I did not know they traded enchanted books this early. Ooh, I'll take it. Don't mind if I do. Alright, let's get this map done and move on to the west line. Alright, so I've just finished the south line and I'm almost going to be running out of food, so I'm going to take a quick pit stop back to the house and collect some more food. Alright, so resupplied, let's get back to it. Alright, so I'm on the last map and I've just hit the ocean. So I'm going to have to make a boat and set sail, I think. Which is great. I wonder if this works. Yeah, it works. This is a lot faster than running though, I won't lie. But it does mean there's going to be a little bit of ocean map filling, which is okay. Alrighty, that's done. Let's go back home. Alright, there's our little base. Go hang these maps up and see what it looks like. Alright, so we got our maps here. Let's see if I remember the order I did them in. I'm going to need some blocks though. Okay, so middle map. So it should be this, 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 and this. This is the south one. Nice. Cool, and now we've got the north one. Cool. Unfortunately, we didn't find a jungle, which is a shame, but yeah, I think this is gonna look really good. Like, what if we're standing back here? Yeah, we will be able to see like what it is. Like that black dot there is 1 block thick. That's the little netherrack staircase I did for the portal, and it appeared on the map. So I think this is going to be a good balance between having it zoomed out and being able to see what's on the map. Yeah, awesome. All right, let's get to doing the rest of the map. I think I'll start probably with this one here first because I think it's ocean and that's going to be annoying. So let's get it out of the way. Alrighty, so we've done the first corner, and I'm hoping that was the most difficult one because there was a lot of water, and I can't expand the map with paper without going to the bottom of the water, so I ended up using some lily pads that I found in the swamp. But we did find an ocean monument and a witch hut whilst I was searching this area and filling it in. That's pretty cool. Now I think I'm gonna do this quadrant next. Yeah, because I think there's gonna be a lot of ocean. Yeah, we're gonna do this quadrant next, and yeah, I'll let you know if I find anything cool. Alright, so we are over halfway done, and wow, this is looking really good so far. So, we've got a massive savanna and desert to the south of our base, and there's several villages around. So if I just sort of jump here, Right there is a desert temple, which we did find, which is on the shoreline, which I think is really cool. It's definitely something we could do there. Got a village there. Got a village there. I definitely found... Is that the village? I definitely found 3 villages, so... But yeah, that's really cool. We got a desert. I am yet to find a jungle biome, which I did want to find, but maybe we'll have better luck over this side here. Yeah, that's our little island. So you can see it actually is an island, which is cool. And it's in like a cove or peninsula, is that the word? I don't know what this sort of thing is, but I kind of like it. So there's like a massive lake on either side, and then there's the open ocean this way. Yeah, it's like the edge of a country, which is really cool. Anyway, I am going to work on the next quadrant, and I think I'm going to pick... Let's do this one. Yeah, we'll do this one next. So, I'm going to get to it, and if I find anything cool, I will let you know. And we are finally done setting up the map wall. So I've just got the final quadrant in, and I basically found nothing in that last quadrant, except another swamp biome, but that's okay. So still no jungle biome, still no mushroom biome, still no mesa biome, that's okay. So it just means we'll have to go further out, but this map covers around 2,000 by 2,000 blocks, so I don't know what that is. That's like 4 million, roughly. About 4 million blocks on this one, which is kind of cool. But yeah, that took a very long time. That probably took, close to 4 to 5 hours to do over a few days. But yeah, I think that's really cool. So now we've got to start working on the observatory that's going to go around this map. So I have a couple of ideas, but we're going to need to get some resources, and yeah, we'll get to building. Alright guys, so I've prepared a few resources here, and I think this little piggy here wants to watch us build. So, to add a little bit of difference to this, I'm going to attempt to do some of this build live, because I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work, but I've got a couple of ideas on how to get started, and then hopefully we will sort of be able to get going from there. So let's go. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is create a little pathway around this map wall. Going to be going around the back, up the top here, and it's going to try and circle down to the bottom floor down there. I reckon I'll probably have to do some sort of terraforming to get this to work, but that's okay. I'm not scared of a little terraforming. So now the plan is to have a sort of curved staircase going down to the ground. Now, I've got a circle generator on my phone that I'm going to be copying, but it's going to not be a flat circle, it's going to be a circle which every block is going down one. So I'm not sure if this will work properly, but hopefully this should be good. So let's see what it looks like. Okay, so I think this block here is good to be the floor, maybe, or do I want this block? I'm almost thinking, yeah, this block is good. Yeah, we'll do this block. So 78 will be the bottom layer. Therefore, this is going to come around. Hello. Goodbye. There we go. So I've just followed the circle pattern around up to the top there. So now I'm going to try and expand it. I will not lie, this is kind of a nightmare. Okay, so this is not working, so I'm going to tear this up and try another idea. Okay, so new plan is going to be using the circle as the edge of it, because I don't need to do anything whack with slabs, and then have another circle like this with stone bricks and have that go to the ground, and then just eyeball the staircase on each side to make it line up. That should work, right? Hopefully. Only one way to find out. Alrighty, so here's the pattern we've got going. But obviously it'll be going directly, like it'll be going down. And then we'll eventually curve it back around, and hopefully the curving lines up with the ground around about there. So let's give this a go. Alright, so I think we're actually making some progress now. So we actually can go up the stairs, and I think it does look pretty good. It's a little bit odd, but that's going to be kind of what happens when you're working with this sort of staircase. When you have a circle, a pretty small circle. So, but I do think I got the size of the circle like really nice. Because now you're here, for example, I can sort of go down here and I can look at the map wall. Like I can have a little perch to stare at the map wall or whatever. The only thing I'm juggling now is the floor height, because admittedly, having the floor at this height means I don't have to do much terraforming at all. But I don't like... I kind of want the map wall to be a bit higher than the floor. Like a lot higher than the floor. Right now it's 1 block higher. I was kind of hoping to have it down here, but I suppose I could always do a little something like this. Yeah, something like this. Could be pretty nice. Yeah, I think we will do that. Okay, so the next job is going to be doing the circle on the other side and then having the towers go up. Now, I'm wondering if I'll keep this circle. I'm just using it here as a visual guide as to where to put the staircases or the slabs and blocks and that. So I probably will get rid of it, but I almost kind of like it. I almost wonder if there's anything cool I can do with it, but I think I will just tear it down, and if I have to rebuild it, then I can build it in my own way, so to speak. Yeah, let's do the other half. Okay, so I've built the other half of the top circle, and something I am noticing is that this bit here seems to flow a lot better, especially when you're walking down it. I'm wondering if there's something I can do about that. I'm not sure. Like maybe lower this one here to here. Yeah, because the problem is there's a line of 4 here, which... What did I do for that up here? Oh, it's just kind of a line. Okay, I guess that's just because... Yeah, but I think it's just because of the way the curve works. So I think that's probably the best way to go. But that... I don't get how circles work in this game, but... That is just something I noticed, that it seems to look a bit nicer going down, but I think it still looks pretty nice. Alright, what I'm going to do now... Actually... Yeah, I'll do the other half. I'll do the other stair first. Honestly, this map wall looks really cool at night. I was almost wondering, is there a way to have like a glass roof? So that at nighttime, this is illuminated? Just because of how cool this looks when it's all lit up like that. I don't know, I just love that. So, I might toy with the idea of a glass roof. Maybe if I get rid of that, and then have like a glass dome on the top. Ooh, ideas! Love when that happens. A random idea pops in my head. But yeah, oh, that is really cool. My goodness, I'm relishing in this right now. This is the best thing ever. You should definitely make one of these in your world. Alright, so we've got the staircase built on both sides. So now let's make the little columns that are going to go around the edge. Little intermission to celebrate the fact that we have just passed day 100. Well, we're on day 101 now, but yeah, so 100 days into the world. It's pretty cool. I think we've done a decent amount in the first 100 days, you know, nothing too crazy. I won't lie, a good amount of it was AFKing, waiting for that stupid sugarcane to grow. But yeah, I think we've done a fair bit for 100 days, and we are not anywhere close to being done, so let's go to 200 next. I will say this is definitely the quickest 100 days has gone in any world. I'm just very much enjoying this world. It's a really nice version and a really nice way to play the game, I think. And we are done with the staircase. So I'm pretty much out of smooth stone. This is all the stone bricks I have, and I'm running out of cobblestone. So we're going to have to probably take a little break from this to go mine some more stone. But this is coming along very nicely. I really quite like this. Yeah, up here we'll have a little perch or something to maybe look out of the glass dome. I definitely think I'm doing a glass dome now, because I want to be able to see the night sky go through and have this thing light up. And then hopefully it'll light up the actual room so mobs can't be seen in it. And then during the day, like, you'll be able to see the sky going in and it'll block mobs as well. So that is the idea I'm going to be going with, an awesome glass dome over the top. But yeah, I do need to decorate these because this looks like absolute arse. So yeah, just complete bricks. Now, I love stone bricks as much as the next bloke, but you know, when they're all you see, it's a bit much. So we're going to add some texture in to this, and then yeah, we'll move on from there. Alright guys, so this is what we've got so far. I've added a little bit of texture on the sides of the walls here, and I think it looks okay. It's a bit challenging making, you know, circles look good because they're so irregular, but you know, a sort of wonky little shape is going to look a bit odd because it's a circle in a square game. So I think we're just going to roll with it, and you know, at the very least, it looks a lot better than before. So you know, I think it looks pretty nice. So yeah, I think what we're going to do now is begin the exterior building. Now, I am going to do this one as a time lapse just because I think it'll be better suited for it, and it's just going to be a lot of pillowing and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, let's get straight into the time lapse. So I'll see you guys very soon. Alrighty, so we are done building. That was a big build. It took a while, just because it was kind of awkward. Interrupted by the water streams. But the reason I'm down in the mine shaft here is because I wanted to show you what I did. I built a little stone generator, so I can mine cobblestone. One diamond pickaxe with unbreaking 3 gets me all of this. And I wanted to say that I'm going to be using the trick where I can hold the mouse down and unplug it to have the button hold down. So I don't really want to use auto clickers in this world, but the reason I'm going to allow this is because in this version, mining takes hunger. Meaning I can't just sit there and mine for hours because I will die. Because hunger will kill me on hard difficulty. So basically I just sort of stood here and I unplugged the mouse. I've unplugged the mouse and I'm still mining. So obviously you can't see it, but just trust me. And then yeah, I can plug it back in and it restarts it. But yeah, that will take hunger in this version, which it doesn't do in modern. So that is something I want to show you because I ran out of stone pretty quickly with this build. But alright, let's go actually have a look at it. And there it is. I think it looks really cool. Now, because it's an observatory, it's supposed to have a telescope poking out of it because observatories have space gear to look into space and look around, but I don't know. I probably will add a telescope, but I couldn't figure out how to do it, and I just sort of wanted to see the big glass dome because that took like 2,000 glass to do, so I had to go mine out a desert. Alright, so we are along the path here, and of course we've got a path that leads up to it. This was kind of awkward to set up because I had to do a bit of terraforming, but yeah, I think I did alright. So if we come on up to it, I'm quite happy with how this turned out. You know, massive walls, I often struggle with figuring out how to build, and like with circles and all that, that made it that much harder, but I think this looks pretty good. I think it doesn't look too bland. I think it's a perfect amount of not crazy, but still looks nice. And there are skeletons somewhere that I can't find. So. Oh, hello. Okay, that was a rude interruption. Turns out I need to light up this room better. I don't know. I do not know where they spawned. This room seems like lighten up, but yeah. So we walk on in here. It does look pretty bare because haven't really put anything in it, and I'm not too sure what I'm going to put in it, except for one thing. There is one thing that I do not yet have that we're going to be putting in it, but that's for later. Yeah, I got these lights and all that sort of stuff, and then of course we have the map wall, which you've already seen. My chest of crap I haven't packed up quite yet. And then we've got this little staircase that takes you up to the top. And then got a little way to go. So if you want to go this way, a little walk around here. There's nothing here, of course, but it's a little walkway. So you can look at the map from above. And then we come up here, and then this could be, I'm not sure what I want to do out here yet, but I feel like this could be something really cool. This little exit. Now, I use slabs here because snow was falling on the edges. So that's why these are slabs. So, because snow can't be on the slabs, and it apparently can't go on glass as well, which is awesome. Now, because I completely forgot that it would snow here, then this thing would be covered in snow, but in this version, apparently glass prevents it, which is awesome. So I'm never going to have to clean this up, but yeah, this dome looks so much cooler than I could have expected. And yeah, I didn't actually make any mistakes. So I didn't have to like tear any part of the dome up, which is awesome. So that, I just used a dome template, which I found on Google. Just look up Minecraft. I think it's Minecraft sphere generator and click the first thing, and yeah, I used that, and this was actually really quite simple. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with how this build turned out. But yeah, so that one thing that we have not put in here yet, that we are going to, that is going to wait for next episode. So gonna leave this one here and make you guys wait. So thank you guys very much for watching this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra.